I'm Barbara Smith. I'm an occupational therapist. I am author of The Recycling Occupational Therapist, From Rattles to Writing, A Parent's Guide to Hand Skills. And my newest book is called From Flapping to Function, A Parent's Guide to Autism and Hand Skills. All of my books are available on Amazon, and there's lots of information on my website, Recycling OT. A lot of children with autism engage in what we call stereotypies, repetitive behaviors. They may flap, they may flicker their hands, they repeat certain movements. That's called stereotypies. It's actually one of the diagnostic criteria for autism in the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. Some people call this self-stimming or just stims. There's all kinds of terms for this, and they're not bad. You know, the stimulation, self-stimulation may be rocking, it may be jumping, it may be flicking, it may be flapping, and those are often common and a necessary part of life. But that can be a problem when a child or adult engages in that type of movement exclusively and doesn't develop hand skills. I'm going to demonstrate right now an adaptation that is a stringing activity that may help make engagement and motivate children to engage in a hand activity, whereas they might not otherwise. And this activity is adapted to make it sensory-based. So let me explain what that means. Sensory-based means the activity is providing stimulation to the muscles and joints. This is a toy that I got at the dollar store. I covered it with fabric and tape because I didn't want it to look childish, because I actually work with adults right now. I tied it to the end of the string. When you squeeze it, it squeaks. So that might make it motivating. But in the process of stringing it, I'm using some force. I have some more of these in here. I have to use some force to get it to go down. That force is stimulating the muscles and joints, providing what is called proprioceptive stimulation. Many children with autism, and actually lots of children, crave and love activities that require force. That's why they love jumping on couches and crashing into pillows and having pillow fights. That's why adults love to wrestle. Many people love activities that provide squeezing, pushing, pulling, and require using force. So this is actually a stringing activity. But obviously I didn't use beads and I didn't use string. I used cord. It actually is made from an old fleece shirt. You can pull on it. It feels nice. I attached the bottom to a cover. I cut these rings. You can use shower rings, but I cut these rings out of container lids and detergent bottles. These are the scissors I used to cut the rings. You can get these at Joann Fabric or a Staples or some other office supply stores. There's different scissors that will work. These are the ones I use that cut quite well. And then you can make openings that are any size that you need. You can use shower rings, but I can control the size of these rings to make it as difficult as easy as I want. So this is one type of stringing activity that is particularly great for someone who has challenges in coordination, because it's really easy to put them on and pull them down. Now, some of the stringing activities I may attach a battery-operated toothbrush. This is actually an electric toothbrush. If you attach it, of course, you don't want a pointy end. You could attach this. The children's toothbrushes don't have a pointy end. This one is charged. But I cover the toothbrush part with tape so that no one uses it like a toothbrush. I don't want them to put it in their mouth, but they can use it. This is the end of the stringing. Many children are very motivated to string when it vibrates in this way. So that's one adaptation for stringing. Instead of using a squeaky toy, you can have it vibrate. I could put this inside the container. This container vibrates. That brings my attention to it. If you don't like the sound of that vibration, you could pad the container with fabric and it won't vibrate like that. There's many different ways of adapting these stringing activities. Here's one more. This is heavy. This is full of sand. You can make it as heavy or as large as you want. I can have it on my lap, and that actually feels pretty good. This is a wrist slapper that I found. It feels good to just play with. It's giving me a lot of nice sensory stimulation. It's stimulating my fingers. It's kind of waking up my fingers. I like how it feels. And this is a little more challenging than the one I showed you before, because these have smaller openings. Again, I cut these out of detergent containers. You have to use some visual perceptual skills to make them fit, orient them, make them go down. It may take people longer, which might be good for some people, and then it reaches the bottom. Now, let's take a look at ways to set up the environment so it's conducive towards engaging, because children with autism often don't pay attention. So when I'm setting up a session to do fine motor skills, I may provide music. I may provide gum to chew. The child may wear a weighted vest. The child may wear a lap bag. The child may prefer earphones or to chew gum or to have crunchy foods available. I can make this time special. I can provide lotion. I can look at my seating, positioning. The child can sit on a bouncy chair, on a disco seat cushion. I can turn the chair around this way and provide support to my arms, wrap my legs around the chair, so that gives me some nice stability, and that gives me some nice sensory stimulation as well, because I'm tight. So when I squeeze, I get sensory stimulation. Oops, these are, while I'm supporting my arms, I can do it this way. I can take a little break, play with that, and one other way, using my chair, not using the chair, I can perform this activity standing in this way. Since I have a weight on the floor there, some people prefer working standing, some people prefer sitting. Some people prefer sitting in a bungee chair or a rocking chair, and that's another way of doing it. So I can tell the child to stop rocking, put the ring on, and then give the child an opportunity to rock. And when I'm all done, or when the child's all done doing all these activities, I can reward the child with some really nice sensory stimulation with jumping. So I hope that you found some of these therapy ideas helpful, and please check out my book, my website, the information on Amazon about my book, to find out more about what are the challenges that impact hand skills, and what are some of the strategies that will help children to develop hand skills. If you can stay on this video, I'm going to now share some other videos and some photos of me working with some individuals doing a variety of different activities as well. So stay tuned, and thank you for joining me today. You have to pull this. Look, pull that. The black, this tip, this goes. You pull it down. Push back, push back. Pull hard. Pull hard. Pull hard. Good. The game. That goes inside. Put it in. There we go. Okay. Put the seed. And I'm going to put this on top. I want you to hold this. Put this in. Good. Wow. Put them in. That whole can is vibrating. There's a motor in there. Wow. Nice job. Good boy. I like how you're doing that. Over on top. Oh, good job. Put it right on. Right on. Right on top. Right on the top. Good boy. Yay. Take that one. Right on the top. Good.